think if Canelo was using the jab effectively, hard, the guy wouldn't have been able to come in because the guy was coming in because he wasn't worried about Canelo's jab. So he got more aggressive and he got brave. If you're not jabbing, he has no defense.
You know, I really don't care how big Crawford is. If I'm Canelo, I feel disrespected. You know, coming up 2 weight classes, you haven't fought at 68. We don't know how your body's going to react.
He's got the heart, he's got the speed, the skills, and he's going to go out there. I was thinking he put up a good first 6 rounds, but then Canelo will start picking it up. But now I think Crawford will go for Crawford will get. I'm picking Crawford to win now.
Mike Tyson warns that a defeat against Terence Crawford might be detrimental and expresses serious concern for Canelo's career. He notes that Canelo has not always used his jab well in contests, which has frequently given opponents the opportunity to build confidence and close the distance. Tyson suggests that in order to maintain control of the fight and prevent Crawford from building momentum, Canelo should modify his jab technique this time and use it more consistently and precisely.
For the jab, the guy's going to walk right in on him, like he did. Next fight, use your jab, different fight. Well, it's really basics,
Teddy Atlas, a seasoned boxing expert, notes that Canelo Alvarez has one of the most thorough resumes in the sport due to his significant record against elite opponents in many divisions. Terence Crawford, in contrast, hasn't faced as many well-known opponents as the general public typically anticipates from a boxer of his caliber. Atlas emphasizes, however, that a fighter's skill and versatility in the ring are more important indicators of actual brilliance in the length of their career. He believes that Crawford will be able to overcome Canelo's physical advantages thanks to a command of timing angles and ring control. Atlas thinks Crawford's composed manner and flexibility in the middle of a fight could be crucial against a skilled and dangerous fighter like Alvarez.
He's a little overrated. Terence Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez at 168 pounds.
Canelo's really good, really good. But I think Crawford is special. I know he hasn't fought the resume everyone wants, but you have that or you don't have that ingredient. I think he has. Canelo's really good. He's tremendous. But could he be a tiny bit overrated? The greatness is within Crawford. It's in his desire, it's in his mind, it's in his makeup, where he came from. I know he's moving up in weight class, can he carry it? You know, but those intangibles, I believe that he has them.
Canelo Alvarez has more at stake in this bout than just a win or loss. For this fight, Terence Crawford is going up 2 weight classes, which puts him in a unique position to take on Canelo. A loss under these conditions would be interpreted as evidence that Canelo, despite his advantages in size, strength, and experience, was unable to defeat a naturally smaller opponent. A result like that would cast doubt on his present position in the sport and possibly harm his standing as one of the greatest fighters of his time in terms of strength to weight ratio. Because of this, Canelo is at serious risk in the fight even before the first bell rings.
I really don't care how big Crawford is. If I'm Canelo, I feel disrespected. You know, coming up 2 weight classes, you haven't fought at 68. You don't know how your body's going to react, and you just think, you know, you're just going to come up with PB. We seen it with Charlo, his videos, how he was looking, you know, moving around the ring, and everybody thought, you know, that might work, and we saw what happened come fight night. Crawford is a skillful guy, but like, who has he really beaten? Spence. After Spence, you know, now all of a sudden he can jump up 2 weight classes and beat Canelo. I don't see it. If I'm Canelo, I will have to make a statement with Crawford. Canelo cannot lose this fight. He shouldn't lose this fight.
David Bent discusses Terence Crawford's status among the best with assurance. He believes that Crawford is a fighter who possesses a higher degree of technical proficiency and mental acuity than the majority of fighters in the sport today. Benz commends Crawford for his ability to change stances with ease, remain composed under duress, and control the tempo of a battle regardless of his opponent's fighting style. He thinks that Crawford is such a challenging riddle to solve in the ring because of his calmness and technical accuracy. Bend believes that Crawford's strength is not just his physical prowess, but also his battle IQ, which enables him to gradually defeat even the most skilled combatants.
Terence Crawford, does he have an opportunity to beat Canelo?
I think if anybody has a chance to beat Canelo, I think it's Terence Crawford. His IQ is on another level. He's a great fighter and he's strong. It's just that it's a lot of weight. I wouldn't be surprised if Terence Crawford wins. Wouldn't be surprised if he loses. Terence Crawford, when he went up against the best opposition, like Earl Spence, he showed what level he's on. type of dog. I don't know. You really have to let these fights play out to see what happens. He might get hurt. That might activate him to come back strong.
Could you still make 68?
I don't want to make 68.
No, I know you don't. Terence wins 68.
Yeah, well, if that's, yeah, I can make 168.
Jeff Mayweather emphasizes Terence Crawford's remarkable technical abilities, highlighting his capacity to evaluate opponents and make precise adjustments to his game plan. Mayweather is keen to tell fans and experts that Canelo Alvarez's strength and experience cannot be understated, even while he gives Crawford the advantage in terms of pure boxing skill. Canelo has successfully navigated high-pressure fights against some of the biggest names in the sport and repeatedly demonstrated that he can turn a fight around with a single well-placed punch. Jeff cautions that Crawford and any other boxer who enters a ring with Canelo will be gravely remiss if they underestimated his capacity for adaptation and taking advantage of opportunities.
It's kind of tough, but if anybody can do it, I think it would be Terence Crawford. I mean, skill-wise, I give him, I think he's a better fighter than Canelo, but Canelo is also a great fighter but owns that weight class that he's in. So I would just say that I think that Crawford has to fight almost a perfect fight to win.
According to Max Kellerman's technical analysis, the jab is a crucial element in this battle. He points out that Crawford has one of the most precise and effective jabs in contemporary boxing, which allows him to control range, create combinations, and throw off his opponent's rhythm. Crawford's success has mostly been attributed to his ability to control the tempo with a well-placed jab. Canelo Alvarez, whose jab early in his career was a weapon capable of neutralizing aggressive boxers, is contrasted with this by Kellerman. However, Canelo's jab has become less regular and reliable in recent years, which could make him more susceptible to Crawford's methodical lead hand use.
A list of attributes, and then tell me who do you feel is best in that attribute. First attribute, best jab.
Crawford.
Best defense.
Crawford. Nowadays, Crawford. I would say early in the fight, Canelo, and earlier in his career, Canelo, but he hasn't been that kind of fighter in recent years. Although Crawford is also hittable. With any fighter, when you talk about their defense, the question is not, can they be hit with a shot? You take punches. Everyone, the greatest defensive fighters ever get hit. Pernell Whitaker, Willie Pep, Floyd Mayweather, they all get hit. The question is, can you hit them with combinations? And both guys are hard to hit. With the two-piece, hard to hit.
So who has the best footwork out of the two?
In terms of cutting off the ring, last fight notwithstanding, Canelo has gotten much better at cutting off the ring.
Anshu and Gary Russell draws attention to the stylistic and cultural distinctions that frequently characterize boxing matches. He points out that Canelo Alvarez is a perfect example of the classic Mexican fighting technique, which combines strong body shots, counterpunching, and strategic pressure. Russell, on the other hand, claims that Terence Crawford contributes to rhythm, fluidity, and defensive awareness frequently connected to African-American fighters' tactics. Each fighter will try to impose his own rhythm while countering the other skills in the style clash, creating an exciting dynamic.
Canelo, he has mastered his style. Now, typically, Latinos, they got their own style versus melanated black people. Having like more rhythm, more flashiness and panache to their stuff, more swag.
Yeah.
We just fight different than other ethnicities. If you want to throw Amir Khan in there, his ethnicity, he was in and out.
Yeah, that's the European kind of style.
Textbook, you know, but that was his style. Canelo got his style and he mastered it. Terence Crawford, and I take nothing away from him. He's like freakishly good, you know. He go both sides, southpaw, orthodox, you know, and I feel like he adapt well. But it don't take much to get hit, especially these raw 8-ounce gloves. He cannot slip up. He cannot slip up. He gonna have to stay set from beam to beam from round 1 to 12, and he better be in shape. We're talking about like not 12 round shape, we're talking about like 16 round shape.
Robert Garcia, the trainer, has stated unequivocally that he believes Terence Crawford will win this well-known bout. Garcia respects Crawford's focus, work ethic, and commitment to learning the basics of boxing. He claims that Crawford's success at the top level is good for the sport because it highlights the importance of ring intelligence and technical expertise. Garcia personally wants Crawford to win, even if he appreciates Canelo Alvarez and his exploits.
I love Crawford. He knows that. I've seen him. I've talked to him many times, and I wish him the best. I'm actually very happy for him and Bomac for everything they've done and the big fight that they're getting. You know, in this sport, making it to those fights and making it to those paydays, you got to be happy for anybody that makes it there. So Bomac knows, Crawford knows. Now I'm actually, after Canelo's performance, I'm actually leaning towards Crawford to win this fight.
Why is that? What changed?
Because I know Crawford's, he's got the heart, he's got the speed, the skills, and he's gonna go out there. I was thinking he put up a good first 6 rounds, but then Canelo will start picking it up. But now I think Crawford will go for I think Crawford will get, I'm picking Crawford to win now.
Crawford's preparation for this fight, in Omari Jones' opinion, is an example of professionalism. Crawford has purposefully gained weight through a focused eating and fitness program rather than rapidly gaining weight and running the danger of losing speed and stamina. This gives him the toughness he needs to take on a naturally bigger fighter like Canelo while maintaining the agility that makes his approach so effective. Jones believes that Crawford will have the best chance of winning because of this preparation, which also lessens the physical drawbacks associated with gaining weight.